What's up, beautiful besties? Welcome in to Turning Tides Tarot. My name is Alicia. I hope you all are having a fantastic day, evening, whatever it is that you tune into this message. Um, I'm going to ask you guys to just go ahead and get out your popcorn. Okay. Honestly, I am picking up on an energy here that's pretty messy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Spirit is showing me something that's, I don't know if it's gone down already or if it's about to go down this weekend, but I'm gonna tell you, this is a scenario. Um, this is gonna be for the people who have someone that they are connected to, deep soul connection with, who has rather than getting into a relationship or a solid committed partnership with their soulmate, have decided to tuck tail, run, and go find some kind of distraction with a karmic. Okay. Now, the karmic relationship, I first want to tell you about what I know so far about this karmic relationship. It is shallow. Okay. It's shallow. It's not that deep. It's not that serious. Okay. Now, and that's, according to your person. Okay, that's according to your person. Now, we need to talk about this karmic for a minute, okay? Because according to the karmic, like as far as the karmic is concerned, if you care to join for this channeled message, it might be kind of long, but as far as the karmic is concerned, they're really into your person, okay? Very much into the relationship, very much present, very much invested in it. Now, I feel like your person is kind of doing the hot cold thing, or at least keeping the karmic at bay. Again, keeping things really surface, whatever, not going deep with them, right? And the karmic, you know, they're wanting, they're trying to figure out what's going on. They're trying to figure out your person, okay? Maybe just as much as you were trying to figure out this person, but they were doing a deep dive, okay? Again, I don't know what tense to use. Are going to, I'm not sure. I'm going to say were. They were doing a deep dive on your person, trying to figure out all those details. I feel like they were going through your person's socials. Now, if you're out here saying my person doesn't have any socials, then this is not your reading. I'm going to just say it straight up because this is a lot about social media. Okay. Spirit showed me a karmic who has been, doing a real deep dive. And I'm talking about going back all the way to like friggin' 2007 here. You know what I'm saying? Like real far back. And they're going through all their old pictures and statuses and posts and tweets and whatever, all the things. And they're going through and they're seeing your name pop up a lot. Okay. Now, maybe not recently, of course, but they're seeing like old stuff where you've liked or commented, or there's been interactions and conversations between the two of you, whatever. And they're starting to see your name pop up more and more and more. Now, I feel like this karmic was starting to get a little suspicious or I want more information. There seemed to be some kind of vibe there between the two of you, of course, right? And so the karmic wants more information. All right. Not only did they notice you and start clocking the connection between you and your person online, but they then started to do a deep dive on you. Okay. This karmic's like a little sleuthy. Okay. They're going full on deep dive investigation. All right. Now, I feel like there's also been moments where all three of you may have been in the same room or at the same function or the same whatever, right? And the karmic's thinking back to all these moments that the two of you may have like exchanged glances or little smiles or just lingered around each other for a little bit too long or whatever. And they're thinking back, they're clocking all of it. And I feel like they're getting really, really suspicious, right? Really, really suspicious. They're wanting to know if, your person or their person, whatever the person is still, are they still in love with you? Are you guys still talking? Is it still a thing? Is the reason why, your person not getting deep with them because they're still in love with you? There's this kind of like burning desire in the karmic to find out more about you Well, find out more about your person, find out more about you and the nature of your connection. Now, okay, I'm saying all of that to say this. They did this deep dive on you. And when they pulled up on your profile, and let me tell you, they went through all your pictures, they went through all your posts, everything that they could see. They found out, where you worked, what your favorite, whatever. They were diving deep, right? They found that you were confident, you were, maybe funny, or there's something here that kind of triggered their own insecurities. Now, that's just a little bit of a side detail that I was picking up on. Now, this karmic isn't stupid. Okay, this karmic is not stupid. And I almost hate to call them a karmic because it's not really their fault. I do feel bad for them, for this particular person, because all they're trying to do is figure out where they stand, right? Which is fair enough, right? We've all kind of been there, and I feel like instead of directly confronting your person, they have a plan. This karmic is coming up with a plan. Now, they need their answers, right? And I feel like Spirit's been showing me this moment where they kind of wait. They wait till, they're out somewhere with your person, or they're waiting till, I don't know, they're at like a dinner or a function or something where your person's going to get a little bit loose, right? I don't know if they're drinking. I don't know if they're smoking. I don't know what's happening, but everybody's feeling really relaxed, okay? Totally guard down kind of moment. Now, I feel like the karmic is choosing this moment to casually bring up your name, right? And I feel like it's not going to be in an obvious way. Remember, this karmic's smart. This karmic ain't playing. This karmic wants answers, okay? But I feel like they're bringing up your name just enough to see how your person reacts, okay? Now, what I'm clocking, I said all of that to say this. What I've been clocking here and what Spirit's showing me is that something slips. Your person says something they didn't mean to say, and it's something honest. It's something very revealing, okay, about their feelings for you, or, something slips, okay? And I feel like the karmic's acting real calm about it. But Spirit is showing me, Spirit's telling me that they pretty much, they're not sleeping, okay? They're not going to be getting no sleep after that, all right? This karmic's mind racing, right? Heart super tight. That feeling when, something's wrong, I just feel like they don't know what to do next. So this is the scenario that Spirit was showing me very, very clearly. It's like, what do I got? Like a freaking HBO drama and it's playing out here in this scenario. So after all of that, I have questions, and I'm sure you do too. Now, I'm holding the deck here and I will start shuffling, I swear to you. But I've got some questions here prepared for this, because I was not going to sit down without a plan. Okay. I have 4 questions that we need to get down to the bottom of. And I'm going to find out, so much. So just watch your ears. I'm going to ring the sound bowl, call in Spirit, and we'll start shuffling. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you for being here. If you feel very much connected and invested into this, please hit the like button, show your girl some love. Okay. Cause it ain't easy sitting in these moments. Okay. Here we go, friends. I'm calling on Spirit with so much love and so much gratitude. I ask for divine guidance as I interpret these messages. May they help us all on our journey towards our highest and greatest good. I'm asking for love, joy, peace, abundance, and protection for myself, for you, and for all beings on the planet at this time. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay, listen. Our first question here, friends, is we need to know what the karmic noticed about you. Noticed about your person that made them start digging in the first place, okay? Because something was off, right? They didn't just start digging, right? They started digging for a reason. So let's find out what that is first, okay? So Spirit, please let us know why did the karmic start digging in the first place? Why did they start digging in the first place? Ooh. That's a lot. That's a lot right there, but we need to pay attention to this top card. Okay, this top card tells me, it just kind of confirms, okay? It confirms the fact that the karmic is really confused about where they stand with your person. Your person hasn't really fully chosen them either, even though it may look a certain type of way. from the outside looking in, like maybe they're posting a bunch of like cutesy little pictures or whatever. This is very much online. Okay. This is very much online, friends. They have a really cute aesthetic going on. Okay. Not that you really want to see that, but it is what it is. They're doing that. Okay. Now behind the scenes, there's nothing but this fog, nothing but this confusion. Okay. The karmic has not been fully chosen. They haven't been. And so obviously, if that were me, I'd be digging too. Okay. Your girl's nosy over here. And that's why we're even sitting here together. Now we have the Wheel of Fortune. Let's see what's underneath that. The Wheel of Fortune, the Magician, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. Listen, your person may have already let something slip before. We have the Hangman here. You know, I feel like your person already maybe let something slip now about you. They may have mentioned something in passing that they were, maybe when the two of them first got together or first met or first started, whatever, they may have mentioned that they had, you know, when you talk about your past and all that, that they had somebody that they had already had their eye on, and they just said it wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right time. And I say that just because, well, with the Wheel of Fortune here, it feels like the karmic was under the impression or started to see, or started to feel rather, that they were some kind of placeholder, that they weren't the one that your person was really interested in. Again, because things are very surface level. Again, things are very not too deep, right? Not too deep. Your person somehow gave the karmic an impression that there was already somebody that they knew they were meant to be with. Okay. Now, I don't know about you, but if somebody told me that, I'd be like, out the door. Okay. And if somebody told me that, you know, there is someone out there, you know, I do have a soulmate, or maybe they said like, I do have a soulmate, I do have a twin flame, you know, but it's just not the right time for us, or it wasn't the right time. We had to go our separate ways, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I feel like there's always been a little bit of a cloud of confusion around the intentions that your person had with this karmic anyway. Now, I do see that your person seems to hold you in very high regard, almost like you're untouchable. Like someday in the future, I know who my life partner is going to be. Like I'm just here to have fun. I'm just here for a good time, not a long time. And this is basically the impression that they have already, that they've given the karmic, whether that was from the get-go or recently, that prompted this little deep dive into your person and their past. Okay. The karmic wants to know just who the hell you were, just who the hell that person was. You know, who is it? Who is it that they're holding out for? Who is it that they're holding out for? Because that's the vibe. That's the feeling, right? I want to know, what did the karmic discover when they came across your name and your page? Like, what did they figure out? What was it that they knew it was you? How did they know it was you? That kind of a thing. How did this karmic know it was you? With the Magician and the Queen of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, you know, this really tells me that your person has some kind of plan. Now, I don't know if you know that or not. Maybe because I'm calling them your person, you probably do. They've maybe even said something along the lines of, it's just not the right time for us. Or maybe the two of you are separated by distance with the Three of Wands. Maybe I can't be in your area right now, or we have to wait until fill in the blanks with your own personal details here. Okay. They may have already stated something. This may have been like maybe the two of you met while you're both traveling for someone out there, okay? And you live in different parts of the world, right? It's that kind of thing. Your person has always kind of kept you top of mind as far as when I'm ready, or when I'm in the area, or when I'm there, when I'm capable, when I'm maybe even like when I have enough money, or when I have enough status. Like they've seemed to have put you on some kind of, like, I don't want to say on a shelf, because I'm not getting that. I really want to watch the language, because sometimes when I say, oh, they put you on a shelf, it reminds me of somebody who's like narcissistic and who's only using you for whatever for their own gain or whatever, energy vampire person, like whatever. It's not that. It's this person did not feel like either they were good enough for you or there was something about timing, time, distance, something like not, yeah. Maybe you were too, maybe they felt like you were out of their league. Thank you, Spirit. Out of their league. Okay. And that's a them issue. And so maybe it was even experienced for someone for someone here. You maybe have already been married or you've already been in serious committed long-term relationships and your person hadn't. And they're like, okay, well, I don't want to fuck it up with you. Learning on my learning curve, learning journey, you already know so much about what it takes to be in a relationship like that, in a healthy, long-term committed relationship. I don't know jack about that. So maybe this person is like, I got to go out here and gain my little experience points, so I could level up to your level. That's more what it feels like. It doesn't feel like, oh, they just placed you up on a shelf. I'll get to you when I get to you. Like, it's not like that. All right. So anyways, I feel like, again, this karmic is not stupid. Okay. I'm not going to throw shade at this karmic because I feel like it could be anyone. It could be any one of us trying to figure this out. Okay. And so I feel like they're doing the right thing. I feel like the karmic is doing the right thing by trying to figure this out. All right. So what did they discover when they came across your name, your page? Like, what did that show? The Tower, the Fool. I want more. You're on a brand new journey, brand new adventure. I feel like they could see that some major significant moment happened in your life. Oh, justice. We have the Page of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, bottom of the deck. Oh my gosh. The King of Wands, and here we have the Four of Wands. Another indicator that this could be a twin flame for some of you. Okay, it could be. Now, again, not to completely push. It's coming up for a reason. We had this Four of Wands be our stalker card in that twin flame special, okay, that I recently recorded. It's the check-in for the Mercury retrograde. We're still sitting in that energy, friends. So I'm not surprised that it's coming up again. If you haven't tuned into it, if you didn't know about it, just a quick plug, it is pinned to the top of the comments, okay? So I'm just going to leave it at that. Now, what they saw, they may have seen some things that your person had posted on your profile in the past, right? Like they saw moments, maybe they saw pictures, maybe they saw something, some kind of proof that the two of you were really happy together, or the two of you maybe had gone on an adventure together or traveled together or done something, right? And the two of you are very similar, especially with this. It's very twin flame coded. It really is. Because there was this sense of the karmic could tell instantly when that moment was, when there was a break between the two of you. It was a tower. And I don't know if you were posting like, if you, I'm speaking to like the millennials who can't resist the urge to post like intense lyrics as like cryptic posts of like song lyrics and stuff. And hey, I'm not throwing shade. I have been there, done that. Okay. I've done it, right? When we're in a mood and we got something to say, and we're kind of like vague booking, you know what I mean? About our situation. Now, we've grown, we're adults. We try not to do those types of things anymore, but sometimes, it gets the best of us. I feel like it was really obvious to the karmic when that split took place. Okay. Now you then from that moment, okay, had decided very publicly they could tell the tone had shifted in your life where you were like, I'm going off no matter what. I gotta let karma take care of this. There's a lot of karma here, right? I mean, we're talking about a karmic as well, which again, this karmic, not evil, lessons are going to be learned, but they could tell that there had been a very deep connection between you and your person by the messages, by the passion, by just all of it, right? So I feel like they also, again, noticed how confident, how secure you are, how you seem to have taken this. I don't want to say you seem to have taken it in stride because, again, they could tell when that split happened, but you didn't let it knock you down. You didn't let it take you off course. I do feel like you poured your time, energy, and effort onto the self, maybe into your business, um, and maybe even straight up for some of you started seeing other people, okay, and they would have seen a new path, okay, especially if there had been distance between the two of you, okay. And again, not every message in every reading is going to hit 100% for everyone, so please take it or leave it, friends. If it doesn't fit, don't force it, okay. But I feel like you just have this light about you, okay? And again, you really, I almost feel like the karmic was looking at you like, dang, if it wasn't for this situation, like I'd want to be their friend. I don't want to be their friend. I like this person, like, and it really triggered some of their insecurities about um, the whole situation, right? The whole entire situation. So, one more thing I want to say about the tower that Spirit showed me very clearly is the dates seem to match up. Remember, this karmic's doing a hella deep dive, okay? Um, and the date of when maybe they started talking to your person, seeing your person, coincided directly with the time where the tower seemed to have hit on your profile. Okay, so obviously the karmic's got questions. Obviously, they want to know who you are, what's going on, why. They want to know if the two of you are still connected. They want to know if it's going anywhere with your person. They want to know. Nobody wants to be just a placeholder. Okay, no one. No one wants to be just a placeholder. So the karmic has to figure some ish out about where they're going and what their next steps are going to be, because I don't feel like this karmic, sure, they have some insecurities that have been triggered by this whole situation, but I don't feel like we're dealing with a pushover person. Okay, I really don't. Yeah, I mean, how do you compete with the four of wands? And it's interesting because where I'm going with this, with the hermit, is this karmic went deep within, withdrew, and maybe stop talking to your person until that moment. Again, they had a plan. They have a plan. They're going to get your person into a very relaxed mode, right? Whether it's drinks or, like I said, I already went through that. They're somehow, and if your person doesn't drink, maybe it's freaking shots of chamomile. I don't know. Okay, I really don't know how they're going to get them to relax. You know, they're going to get them to open up. Okay, truth serum. Okay, now when the plan was to bring you up casually, okay, and when the karmic brings you up or brought you up, no, let's do brought, okay, because I need to know the information. When the karmic brought you up during that kind of tipsy moment, what was your person's immediate reaction? Ace of Wands. No. Oh my. Bro, sis. Their immediate reaction was they were heavily turned on. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay? You're picking up what I'm putting down over here. Your person was heavily turned on. And that was, oh my gosh. I feel like it gave the karmic the ick. First of all, it had to have. It was like the audacity. That's what I'm getting. Like, oh no. You can't deny that, friends. You cannot deny a physical reaction. They are 100%, no doubt about it, still very much physically attracted to you. Okay, I gotta say that. Oh my gosh, something popped up. Something popped up, right? When the karmic brought you up, your name brought something else up in your person. Do you understand? Wow, you can't deny that. I didn't know this reading was going to take that kind of turn. Jeez. What else? Okay. Well, let's just say the karmic clocked that. The karmic clocked that. I feel like your person didn't even clock that. The tipsy. Here's the tipsy. They're a little off balance. They're a little wobbly. They're drinking a little bit too many of those wobbly pops. I feel like your person said something like, yeah, Okay, they brought up your name. Be like, how do you know them? How do you know them? Yeah, yeah, they're over here doing this and this and this. Your person slipped up by stating exactly what it was that they knew that you were doing. So they were busted. They're busted, first of all, by their physical response to your name being brought up. And then they're busted at the fact that they're still watching you, knowing exactly what you're doing, wobbling back and forth. Wow, your person, wow, look at the bottom of the deck, Five of Cups, the Empress. This is so twin flame coded. It really is. Okay. Your person was like, yeah, I can't stop thinking about them. Yeah, like it wasn't fair. I wasn't able to give them what I should have, and like they were down in the dumps. They were mourning. They may have even freaking cried about you to the karmic, or got all teary eyed. Like this person, the karmic was smart. I gotta tell you, the karmic was smart because they totally busted your person straight up. The truth came out. Truth came out. They're still watching you. They're still attracted to you. Okay. They still are they still can't get you out of their mind. They're sitting here thinking like the situation, this is so unfair. I just wasn't good enough for them. I couldn't give them what they needed. Like I really miss them. I think about them all the time. Like I wish I could be with them right now. Like it was messy, y'all. It was messy. Yo, this is my forever person. I'm absolutely in love. They're so beautiful. Da 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 da. On and on and on, right? Carrying on. Carrying on. Now, listen, sometimes the truth comes out, right? Well, not sometimes, all the time. The truth will come out, okay? And the truth about this person's feelings about you came out that night, this night, or maybe it's going to be this weekend. Like I said, I'm not a time lord. I don't know. Spirit's showing me this. It's in the collective right now. So wherever this happens on the timeline, past, present, future, it's going down, okay? Wow. You are the one for me. You're the one I belong with. This is the kind of things that they were saying. It's almost like they didn't really clock, who they were talking to. They were just it just kind of flew out, right? Just kind of flew out. This person was more than a little bit tipsy, I gotta say, okay? Because normally I feel like they usually have their ish together, or at least they have this pretty well hidden. But I want to say they don't have their feelings for you that well hidden, because the karma kind of had an idea from the get-go, is what I'm getting. That your person already had you in mind, right? They didn't know who you were specifically. Now they do. 100% now they do. Okay. And I feel like this is weird. What's coming through now is like, how we were just talking about how they completely spilled the truth and like laid it out on the table. I feel like immediately after that, they snapped out of it. You know how I said they were a little bit in a daze, and like it just kind of all spilled out their true feelings, how much they miss you, how much they feel like, you're the one. And then all of a sudden it turned to, oh yeah, but they're, and then all of a sudden I felt like they tried to deny what they just said. Okay. Like dial it back or backtrack, like, oh shit, I feel like they clocked what they just said, right? And they're trying to back it up and say, oh wait, they realized who they were talking to, like, oh damn, oh, I shouldn't have said that. You know what I mean? So at that point, Spirit is showing me that they almost started trying to like talk trash about you. Like, oh, I don't need them, or, this and that. I don't really know. And I don't really care to know, because I know it's BS, right? I know it's BS. And the karmic knows it's BS too. All right. Okay. I have another question. What's going on in the karmic's mind right now? And what are they likely to do next? What is going on in the karmic's mind right now? And what are they likely to do next? Because I'll tell you, the karmic wasn't getting no sleep that night. Okay. I don't even know if, like, I feel like they went their separate ways. just so you know, I do not feel like the karmic and your person spent that evening together. Okay. I really don't. So I want to know now because again, I don't know, like I don't want to throw shade at this karmic and I refuse to because I feel bad for them. If it were, if it were you, I'd feel bad. Like if it were me, I'd feel bad. It sucks. It sucks when you find that out, when your suspicions and your fears and those insecurities are confirmed, like you were right. This karmic has pretty strong intuition, right? They do. They clocked it and they were right. So what is their plan? What's going on now? What's the karmic thinking? What are they going to do next? What's the karmic thinking and what are they going to do next? I know what I would do. I'm walking the door so fast. Here we go. Look, 4 of Wands. No. Wait, what? Oh, well, this karmic can't be that smart. Hold on. Now you're going to make me look like a liar? No. No. No way. This is a plot twist. No. Oh my God, Becky. You have got to be shitting me. Oh no. I need to take a minute. This is out of control. This is out of control. Bestie, I had to stop. I am so gagged. I am so gagged by this, honestly, because so here I'm thinking, okay, this car is kind of smart, doing the right thing. They clocked it. They know for sure now. I'd be packing my shit and getting out the door. No, 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 no. This karmic is going the opposite direction. They are going to try to lock down your person. No way. See the 7 of Swords? Okay. Oh my gosh, this is turning not so great. Okay, I'm gonna have to extend this one for sure. We're already 30 minutes in. Okay, listen. This karmic is going to, like, you know what I first heard was set a baby trap. Like, you know those baby traps these karmics be setting. Okay, they are going to the drawing board. They're like, I'm gonna have this person. I'm gonna turn into you, basically. I don't know how else to explain this energy. It's gross. I'll tell you that much. They're going to say, okay, well, if this is who you want, what you want, they're going to try to literally destiny swap with you. I don't know if y'all have heard that term before, but this is what it is. They're going to try to be like you. They're going to try to show up like you, copy you. The way you dress, the way you talk, the way you style your hair, the way you show up, what you do for a living, okay? This karmic they almost had me fooled thinking they were smart. I mean, they're calculated. I'll give them that. This karmic is calculated AF and sneaky. I should have clocked that, honestly, from the deep dive, okay, and the way that they were going stalking so hardcore and obsessing. But I mean, we've all kind of low-key done some online stalking. So, I mean, like, it's not really that deep, but for this karmic, it is. Everything that they found out about you through your socials and through, whatever, Googling you, whatever, especially if you have like an online presence, right? And you have to, for this reading, you have to have some kind of online presence. Or be in the public eye in some way, or have your accomplishments or your business or something be accessible to the public, okay? This is the only way that this reading is going to really, really track for most, okay? Because they are basically they're putting in a long-term plan to basically become you. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, first of all, I don't want you to be too worried about it because nobody can be you, okay? Today, you are you. That's truer than true. There's no one alive who's youer than you, okay? They can try, but try as they might, they will never, ever, 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 ever be like you, okay? Oh. They're going to try to make your person see that they are a better choice. And I feel like they're trying to lay a trap. They're trying to lay a trap, maybe even a baby trap here with this Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. Messier than I thought. This is messier than I thought. Yeah, we have the Four of Cups here. This karmic does not want to be rejected. Okay, this karmic is dead set on locking down your person. I don't know how they think they're going to do that. I just need a little bit of confirmation. King of Cups. King of Swords. They're going to basically how are they going to do that? First of all, I feel like they're going to do a trap. They're going to work on your person's mind and heart. Okay. They're going to work on your person's mind and heart to try to block you out of it for good. To try to block you out for good so that they can ride off into the sunset with what it is that you're meant to have. That's what they feel like they're going to do anyway. That's what they feel like they're going to do. Spirit, please tell me whether or not your person is going to fall for this. That's why I need to know that first. I'm going to have to extend it. I'm going to have to. Okay. Four of Cups again. Okay. I feel like there's nothing that can really cut through a soulmate partnership like this. Like, there's nothing that this karmic is going to be able to do, trap or not, emotionally manipulate, mentally, use their intellect to manipulate and to get this person to forget all about you, to block you. They may try to hijack their socials and block you from your person's view. There's something here about them wanting to make sure that they can't ever see you again. Like, they're really going to try to put an end to your person's access to you and your energy, because remember that the karmic found out that they're watching you. Oh, dang. I don't feel like this person has, you know what? Here I was thinking that they were going to leave. They were going to have some semblance of self-respect to pick up their shit and leave, but they're not. They're going to do the exact opposite. They're planting their feet and they're going to fight for this. They're going to fight for your person. I don't feel like your person's going to fall for it forever, but I do feel like they're going to be under some kind of glamour for a while. I do see that. I do see that it will end, and I do feel like they're not, whatever efforts that the karmic puts in place to try to get your person to forget all about you, it's not going to work long term. It's not going to work long term. At the end of the day, your person will ride off away into the sunset from the karmic and give them the whole rejection thing. Like, the karmic will eventually be rejected, but oh, dang. If this person needed some experience, they're going to get it. They're going to get one hell of an experience, and also a little bit of karma. Not going to lie. This is not going to be a fun experience. No. I'm glad I asked you to get your popcorn. Okay. You might need a little bit of a refill. You might need a little bit of a refill here. Hang on one second. Okay. I just had to take a minute to collect myself here. This got so much more messier than I expected. Yeah, I mean, I'm still shocked. I'm still in shock, actually, that this karmic is doubling down. And obviously they're going to be putting some kind of glamour, manipulation, or even spell, a baby trap. I mean, whatever they're doing here. Of course, Spirit's saying it's not going to stick, but it is going to get a lot more interesting before it dissolves. Okay. So in the extended, I am going to do an extended for sure, for sure, for sure. I'm going to look at what the karmic's exact plan is. I really want to know the details, okay? And I want to know what kind of influence your person is going to be under, right? How long this is going to last, and basically what finally breaks the spell, you know? So I'm also going to dive in and see like what happens when your person like rejects the karmic. What's the karmic going to do after that? You know, is it going to end? Basically, I need to know that, and what spirit wants you to know about this whole friggin' destiny swap attempt. That's going to attempt. We're going to leave it at attempt, and of course, we're going to check the timeline of, you know, basically where the soul connection is headed after all of this chaos clears. If there's anything further down the timeline, because this is going to take some time to explode. But yeah, I mean, if you want all the tea, I'm gonna put the link below, post it to the top of the comment, and I will see you over there. If not, we'll see you in the next reading. If you were just here just to get a good story, you let me know. You let me know, okay? But for those of you who are living this right now, holy crap. Oh my gosh. I bet you weren't. Maybe you did. Maybe I'm the only one who's shocked. Let me know. Okay. Anyway, I am just going to say thank you right here, right now for being here with me throughout this channeling, and on the almost daily as well, y'all. I love you guys so much. And you have no idea how much your love, support, tuning into these readings, how much you all really mean to me. It just makes me smile every single day that I can show up here and do the work that I love and share time with y'all. So thank you. And yeah, I'll see you in the extended or in the next reading. Holy crap. All right. What's up, beautiful besties? Oh my, thank you so much for joining for the extended. Thank you for your energy exchange. I'm still in shock. I really am. I've busted out my trusty karmic deck. Oh my gosh. I am honestly, like I said, still in shock. I was not ready for that plot twist. Absolutely not. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's just get started. What exact plan is the karmic forming now? Now that they know the truth? Oh my. This is giving me the ick. Okay, what is the exact plan? What is the karmic's exact plan? The Knight of Swords. Okay, you want to come out? Let's get more, though. We need more. The Knight of Swords. Oh, what are you? The Hangman. The Nine of Swords. The Devil. Why am I not surprised? The Four of Pentacles. What's at the bottom of the deck? The Ace of Swords. Oh gosh, I'm not going to ignore it. I have the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Swords here. Okay, this might get messy. This might get messy. Oh, even more messy.